Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. My watch has just told me it wants to update. I don't want to update now. Oh, right. Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome along to the Makuri Islands, the tour of Makuri Islands, stage 3. How far is it today? I can't remember how far. Oh, bloody hell, we're flying above the roads. Right, Sarah Jacobson, hello. Clive Finnemore, hello. Sebastian, hello. Tina, Amanda, Yoko, all the gang. Nice to have Sarah with us. She says I didn't get my shoes on in time. Right, 10 kph. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know about everybody else. Crosby is with us as well today. Lowry. Okay, we're doing about 7k, is it? How far is this run? Did anybody remember? 6 or 7k, something like that. And there we are, 6.7k. It's just come up on the screen there. And I have got Indian food to look forward to in a minute. So we'll get this run done. And then we've got chicken vindaloo with mushroom rice and a sagaloo, which is spinach and potato. Tina is doing Sarah Jacobson's job tonight of sitting on the sofa and watching. Sarah Jacobson is actually running. Amanda is also sitting on the sofa doing nothing. Hello. Being lazy. Clive says, has the Indian takeaway arrived yet? No, it is being ordered in time for the end of this run. Sarah Jacobson should... She said, I should definitely be working now. But oh well, what the heck. Let's just go and run on Zwift. Amanda, thank you very much. She says, happy birthday, Stephen. Amy Green says, happy birthday, Stephen. Yoko says, happy birthday, Stephen. Thank you very much, everybody. But it is also, more importantly, apart from my birthday, it is 11 years since I got married to Victoria. Sarah says, I would like to wish Victoria a very happy anniversary. Well, see, I would have thought, Sarah, that you would wish Victoria many commiserations, or like, well done for coping for so many years with the walking disaster that is Stephen. It's all right, I'll say it for you. Amy Green is sitting in her car for the next hour while her girls are at Brownies. Do you have to sit outside and wait for them then? What, can't you just go home and come back an hour later? Yes, that's what I meant, says Sarah. I just thought I'd... Rather than you have to type all that out, I just thought I'd say it. Okay, so yeah, this is the tour of Makuri. We are not yet on the new roads. The new roads have been released. Has anybody run on the new roads yet? Can you run yet? Does anyone have access to the new roads other than through the tour of Makuri on the bike? Amanda says, congratulations to Victoria. She hasn't won a prize, you know. Well, apart from me, I am the prize. But she won that 13 years ago. Oh dear, right. Sebastian says, by the way, Stephen, who won Pinch Punch this month? Who do you think won it? Who do you think won it when I was half asleep at 4 a.m. on the 1st of November? When Victoria asked me a question and I responded vaguely half awake, and then she proceeded to take that as confirmation that I was wide awake, and so did Pinch Punch on me and claimed victory. The annoying thing was that in the morning I did actually remember it happening, so I couldn't claim that I was asleep. Very annoying. So yeah, yet again, Victoria wins Pinch Punch. Right, Amy could drive home, but it saves petrol to stay sitting outside and waiting, which I totally understand, given the huge energy costs that we're all suffering from at the moment. As expected, of course, Amanda is on Victoria's side with the 4 o'clock in the morning pinch punch. Amy says, is Turf and Surf a new route? Because I ran part of that this morning and it looked a bit different. But then it may have just not looked properly before. And no, I don't think Turf and Surf is a new route. Well, it may be a new route, but it's not the new roads. Do you know what? I haven't actually looked myself. So my thinking is that no one is yet allowed on the new roads unless you are taking part in the Tour of Makuri on the bike, which will have an event going through the new roads currently. We, as runners, won't get on the new roads until the 5th and 6th stages of the Tour of Makuri, and we are currently on the 3rd. So this is stage 3. Later next week we'll be on stage 4, and the week after that, then we'll be into stage 5, and the first sight of stages 5 and 6 will be the new Urukazi roads. Right, Yoko says Urukazi is an amazing place. I ran it yesterday, so you can. So according to Yoko, you can get on the new roads as a runner. And Tina says, yes, it is there to have a look. It is there to use. She says, I logged onto the new Sandy route today to have a look. It is there. Okay, so that's the news then. You can get on to Urukazi as a runner. So it's all good. So if you want to go and check it out, do. And at the moment we're on Neokyo, so this is one of the other sets of roads in Makuri Islands. You've got Yumezi, which is the countryside, and Neokyo, which is the city. And coming up, we'll have Urukazi, which is the coastal route. So you can, okay, so you can basically just run into Urukazi, says Yoko. You find the Urukazi sign in Majuro village. Okay. So you could just start a free run on Yumezi, run through Majuro village, and you'll find the Urukazi sign. Thank you, Yoko. Very useful information. So we might do that over the weekend. We might have a little look at Urukazi and run through some of the roads, either tomorrow or Sunday, just for a bit of fun. Makuri village, not Majuro village. So Yoko is just 20 seconds behind. Sarah Jacobson is 30 seconds behind us as well. Little bit of Tina Beard information. Tina is actually quite liking the new music. Somebody told me yesterday, may have been Tina, in a weakened mental state, she admitted she does actually quite like the new music. So 10 kph through Neokyo. Can't remember what we get. Do we get the shorts at the end of this? I don't know. We got the socks at the end of the last one. 5k to go. Tina says, I have now got a mix of the old and the new music on my Spotify playlist. Sounds like a good plan to me. Amy Green says the music is growing on me a teeny bit. Do I turn it up? I'm going to turn the music up. Right, somebody earlier said, did you have a nice day today? Because if you don't know, it is, not only is it my birthday, but it is mine and Victoria's wedding anniversary. 11 years married. We married on the 11th of the 11th, 2011, at just about 11 minutes to 11. It was a little bit earlier than I'd been predicting when we got married. I thought the ceremony would last a bit longer than it did, and I was kind of hoping that we would officially say I do at 11 minutes to 11. But actually, in reality, we said I do at 10 minutes before that, 5 or 10 minutes before that. So not quite 11 minutes to 11. But if you'll allow us a little poetic license, we got married at 11 minutes to 11 on the 11th of the 11th, 2011, and we are now 11 years into our marriage. And we did 11 kilometres this morning to celebrate. Neil Messenger, hello Neil, says, hi Stephen, I did a hard interval workout this morning. Good job, Neil, well done. Anthony Anderson says, hi all, I ran on the boardwalks. Something yesterday, would like to know what is on the back of the lorry that is stuck in the wet concrete. I have absolutely no idea, Anthony. Does anybody know that? Kim Salt will be the person who knows that. Does anybody know what is stuck on the back of the lorry that is stuck in the wet concrete on the boardwalks? Which? Oh, in Urukazi. Is this in Urukazi, Anthony? I haven't been there yet, so I don't know. But there is, from the photos that I've seen, there's a lot of construction work going on, isn't there, in Urukazi? So there's obviously more stuff planned. Sebastian says, was this a snap idea? What a snap idea? What, running tonight? No, Clive suggested it yesterday, didn't he, I think? Right, Yoko says it's sand on the back of the lorry. Sand. Anthony, I hope that makes sense. Oh, marriage on the 11th of the 11th. No, it was all planned. So, the story goes that when I first met Victoria, we started dating, and after a little while I said, you know what, this lady, she's the right girl, and I said, let's keep going out and seeing how it goes, as you do, but if everything is cool, I'm going to propose on my birthday. So, sure enough, a few months later, we were still together. Everything was hunky-dory. It was all good. So I proposed, as planned, on my birthday, on my 40th birthday. And then, 40th birthday, or was it 39th? Might have been my 39th birthday. Anyway, then we both agreed that it would be fun to then get married on the same day. Clive, what did you... Clive says I wasn't romantic at all. What did you do, Clive? Sarah Jacobson says, yeah, way to make it all about you, Stephen. But of course, what else did you expect, Sarah? You know me too well. You know me too well. Right, Clive's way of proposing was saying to Lucy, shall we get married then? Lucy just says, yeah, all right. Yeah, okay, you know, whatever. Whatever you want. Well, at least it was all above board and agreed, wasn't it? Shall we get married then? Yeah, why not? Something to do on a Saturday night, isn't it? Saturday afternoon? Saturday morning? When did we get married? I think we got married on a Saturday morning. Or was it a Sunday morning? It's cheaper on a Sunday, isn't it? It might have been a Sunday morning. We went for the cheapest wedding we could possibly get. Victoria did her own makeup. She bought a wedding dress off the shelf, off the hanger. No fancy designing going on. We had a civil ceremony. No church for us. We didn't have an official photographer. I got my brother. Well, we did have an official photographer. It was my brother. We didn't pay him, of course. Victoria got a taxi to the registry office. Yeah, so nothing flash, nothing fancy. Sebastian says your wedding photo looks great. Well, we do have lots of wedding photos. That's just one of them, and yeah, we do like our wedding photos. I mean, it's not that my brother had never taken a photo before. He's quite handy with a camera, so that was good. So we've got some very nice wedding photos, but it was a freezing cold day, and I remember Victoria was concerned because her nose was getting very red and cold whilst the photos were being taken. So it wasn't all perfect. We did get pretty cold standing on that beach getting our photos taken. Okay, Paul Deering. Paul Deering says, I met Debbie on her 11th glass of wine in her 11th pub, and I was the 11th bloke she'd chatted up. That, Paul, that is quality. Quality work. Tina says, Victoria looked stunning in that wedding picture. Yeah, she absolutely did. Yeah, that dress, even though the dress was off the hanger, was absolutely perfect. And she looked, well, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And continues to do so. And she could still fit in that wedding dress today. And she'd look just as good, if not better. Now, I did start this waffle because somebody had asked me if I'd had a nice day today. So we started the day by kicking our kids out of the house to go to school, and then we got in our running gear and we went out and ran 11 kilometres along the seafront. Got back home, got changed into our swimming gear, and went to the local swimming pool and swam. Now I only did 20 lengths. Victoria did 22 lengths because she wanted to do 11 times 2. So she did 11 for both of us. So I did 500 metres in the pool, and then we went in the sauna, had a lovely sauna, and then we went to a cafe at the end of the pier in Worthing, which is a lovely Art Deco style cafe where we sat and had carrot cake and coffee. Then we did have to go and do a bit of shopping So we did go and buy some groceries, and then we came home. And then I've had a bit of a surprise this afternoon, as my 2 older sons surprisingly turned up without my knowledge. Normally, if I see my sons, my older sons, it's all pre-arranged days in advance. They say, right, we'll come over on Sunday and we'll do whatever. So nothing at all. Suddenly there's a knock on the front door, and my 2 grown-up sons are there. So Victoria had secretly arranged for them to come over. So after we've finished running here, we all are sitting down and eating Indian together, which will be lovely. So that's my day and my evening. Anthony says, not running tonight as I went crazy yesterday and did the Tri Academy and stage 2 of Makuri Islands. Went too hard on both. Yeah, relax today then, Anthony. And he says, happy birthday and anniversary. Thank you very much. Right, what does Sarah say? Sarah Jacobson says Victoria wins the day again. Yeah, quality work by Victoria. So yeah, we are celebrating Victoria. We're celebrating Victoria putting up with me for 13 years. It's also because, as well as my birthday and our wedding anniversary, it's also the anniversary of our engagement, of course. So 13 years ago. So it took us 2 years to actually get married. So 13 years ago, we got engaged. So Victoria has put up with me for all that time. And believe you me, well, as I'm sure you all know, because you all know me very well, most of you, it's not easy putting up with me, is it? Let's face it. Paul Deering says, glad you're having a good day. And thanks for all you do on behalf of us all at the Zwift community. Oh, thank you, Paul. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Well, listen, it would be nothing without you guys. So, you know, everyone that watches the stream, everyone who has joined the Zwift Run channel as a member, everyone who takes part in the running events that we do on Zwift, it wouldn't be anything without you, would it? There's no point in me running here on my own. So thank you to you guys for being there. Thank you for continuing to support what me and Victoria do, and what Zwift does, what the channel does, and hopefully it's making us better runners doing this, and hopefully it's making you guys better runners and having more fulfilled lives as a result of your improved fitness and wider worldwide global social circle that we have created. Not us, but that Zwift and all of us have created here. So thank you to everyone. Kevin says, hi Stephen, happy birthday. 35 years old, right? Yes, absolutely. The thing is, Kevin, a lot of people seem to be getting the numbers the wrong way round, and putting the 5 in front of the 3. I don't know why they're doing that. 35 years old today. Thank you, Kevin. And this run is disappearing. We've only got 2.5k to go. Amazing. Shall we try and explore the new roads on Sunday? Question mark. Let's see if we can find a way to do some of the new roads on Sunday. Sebastian says, why not? Sarah is sticking around for 8 miles today. Training takes precedence. Wow, that is quality. So basically twice what we're doing. We're doing about 4 miles. Sarah has training right in the forefront of her mind. And she's doing double what we're doing today. 8 miles. Good on you, Sarah. Well done. Even though she should be at work. Just going to sack off work for the day then? Question mark. Just going to sack off work for the day, Sarah? Oh, remembrance service in the morning? Clive's going to church in the morning. Right, Sarah Jacobson is doing the back-to-back half marathon and then marathon at Disneyland. Disneyland? Disney World? Let's have a look. Disney World in January. Right, not Sarah Jacobson. Tina Beard says, for my age and gender, I got an excellent result in my bleep test yesterday. Something to work on. She says, Tina, can you remember what level you got to? Because it does 11.1, 11.2, 9.1 or whatever it is. Can you remember what your number was? Well done though, good work. So for her age and gender, she got an excellent result. Brilliant, well done, Tina. Paul Hayward says, yes, that is a coincidence because people got the 5 and the 3 wrong for him as well on his birthday. It is weird how they do that. Why do people do that? 5 and the 3 the wrong way round. Get it right, everyone, please. I mean, do I really look 53? Come on, look at this face. Hang on, wait. Does that look like 53? I don't think so. 35. Thank you very much. 2 kilometres to go in the Makuri Islands tour. In Neokyo, we're doing 6.7 kilometres in total. .7. Well done, Tina. Fantastic. Great work. Amy Green says, I'm glad they got the 3 and the 5 the right way round for me, she says. Amy, come on, shouldn't the 3 be a 2? And Sebastian says, and your wedding photo looks like you're 24. Well, yes, he had less grey hair then, Sebastian. Does anybody think it's being married? Right, it's one of 2 things that has made me go grey. No, it could be 3 things. Is it being married to Victoria? Has that made me go grey? Is it having kids? Has that made me go grey? Or is it running so much? Have I got more? What's the word? Oh, now I've forgotten the word now. No, it's not going to come back to me. What is the word? It's anti-something. When you get more of it when you eat tomatoes and red stuff like beetroot. Antioxidant. So have I got fewer antioxidants in my bloodstream because I run so much? Heather says, and thank you, Heather, you are more distinguished. Tina says, that sauna did wonders for your skin today, Stephen. What do you mean? It's always like that. Can't beat a swim in a sauna. 1 mile to go in the tour of Makuri Islands. Friday evening here in the UK. It has been cold and blowy this morning, but beautifully sunny this afternoon. $5K completed, 1.6 to go. Clive says, is that a squirrel somewhere? No, let the squirrel go, Clive. There's not going to be a squirrel in the middle of the city in Japan, is there? I'm liking Heather more and more. Distinguished. I keep telling my wife I look more distinguished when I've got some beard growth as well, but she's not having it. Oh right, okay, Sarah Jacobson says, we've got squirrels all over the place in Chicago. Okay. I suppose if I went to the parks in Worthing, we'd find some squirrels. But you don't tend to get them walking down the middle of the main high street, do you? Oh, I can just taste that chicken vindaloo now. Yeah, maybe not so much rats. Squirrels are okay, but you don't want too many rats about. Anthony says, I saw the squirrel yesterday on Makuri Islands. Heather says, Clive has obviously got his Halloween costume sorted already for next year. Yeah. We know what Clive will be dressing as next year. Paul Deering says, Tina, that bleep test has obviously affected your eyesight. Hashtag wonders for your skin, question mark. Well, exactly, Paul. I mean, it hasn't, my skin is no more or less beautiful than it was yesterday. Can you imagine Clive in a full-on squirrel costume with a massive bushy tail coming up his back? If Clive does wear a squirrel costume, Paul Hayward suggests that he may finally have gone nuts. I like it. Amanda says their puppy was chasing squirrels on their walk today. Tina says, our squirrels sit outside the conservatory taunting the dogs. Lots of squirrel stories. I don't have any squirrel stories apart from the one I always tell you is that it is impossible to say the word squirrel in French unless you are a native French speaker or you have learned very, very well. So, in terms of the letters, it's écureuil. Écureuil is squirrel in French. But if I was to say écureuil like that to a French person, they would laugh at my ridiculous pronunciation. There is something about rolling the R that I know loads, the rest of my family have tried, we can't get it right. Whether you can get it right, I don't know, but you'd need to speak to a native French speaker to tell you whether you're pronouncing it correctly. Écureuil. There's something like that goes on, but we can't get it at all. Don't ask me why we got onto that subject of how to pronounce squirrel in French. Sebastian says, my dog doesn't like squirrels. Yeah, I can't imagine dogs and squirrels get on particularly well. Clive is asking Siri, what is the French for squirrel? I can guarantee that Siri or Google or Alexa will not know how to pronounce it either. I suppose you could go to a website where it does proper French pronunciation. I'm sure they exist, don't they? 6k done. 0.6 or 0.7 to go. Chicken vindaloo, chicken vindaloo, chicken vindaloo, chicken vindaloo, and mushroom fried rice, chicken vindaloo, and mushroom fried rice. Stop, says Sebastian. Stop doing that immediately. All right, God. Rude. I used to be in a band, you know. I've made records, I'll have you know, Sebastian. Oh, chicken vindaloo, he's hungry. Well, finish this run and order yourself an Indian. Vindaloo, 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 na na, vindaloo. Yeah, remember that. Amy Green, mushrooms? Yeah, mushroom fried rice, lovely. Or you could have egg fried rice, but I think egg fried rice also has mushrooms in it, doesn't it? Possibly. Okay, Tina says, the Greek word for toothpick is orthonglyphethrel. Orthonglyphethrel. Something like that. Yeah, I won't try that too many times, Tina. We are coming to the end. 300 metres to go of the Tour of Watopia. No, not Tour of Watopia. Tour of Watopia went years ago, because it's now Tour of Zwift, isn't it? Tour of Watopia has changed to Tour of Zwift. But this is the Tour of Makuri. Tour of Makuri Islands. Running through Neokyo. 300 metres to go. And then I can go and eat chicken vindaloo and celebrate being married to my wonderful wife for 11 years. I wonder if I can eat my vindaloo in 11 minutes. Victoria could. Victoria could definitely eat her chicken I think, was she having vegetable balti in 11 minutes? Clive says, well done everyone, have a great weekend, see you next time, enjoy your curry. Paul says, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is actually a serious community running channel where you, where you can learn multiple languages whilst training, and many other things as well, Paul. We are nothing if not educational on the Zwift Run channel. We do serious training made fun. That is the Zwift motto, isn't it? Serious training made fun. So 6.7 kilometers tonight of easy running, generally easy running, and we will start serious training in January for the Paris Marathon here on Zwift. We'll have interval sessions, long runs, specifically tailored to getting us ready for the Paris Marathon. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's interesting. Do you know what? I don't know if anybody remembers the dead stops that we used to have on the Myron treadmills. Just had a dead stop. just had a dead stop on the treadmill. I don't think I've had one of them for years. There we are. Anyway, okay. Yoko says thank you, everyone. Yes, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. We are done here. Amanda says enjoy, Stephen. Heather says happy birthday and anniversary. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Sebastian, have a great evening, Stephen. Cheers to Victoria. Amy says well done to everyone who ran. Enjoy the rest of your day, Stephen. Thank you very much. Tina says it's Orthondoglifether. Orthondoglifether. That is toothpick in Greek. So there you go. Try and remember that. Paul Hayward says have a good curry. Yes, we will. We'll have an excellent curry. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for taking part if you did. There we are. And we will see you on Sunday. I think on Sunday, if we can find the time and if we can find out how to do it, I will try and arrange for us to do some of Urukazi. So if you're up for that on Sunday, we will try and do a little bit of Urukazi. Right, that is it from me. Take care, everyone. Have an absolutely fantastic the rest of your day. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for taking part, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.